Hello, how are you? So basically I'll be explaining about the whole scenario of this notes. Okay, so I will start with the basic syntax, how it's gonna work. Okay, so let's we'll go to the uh, collab, Google Colab. Okay, I will do one thing. I will create one new notebook. Sure. Okay then, so first of all, the function parameter. Okay, so basic syntax I'll be telling you about how it is working. Then so first of all, I will take one example to print hello world. Okay, so first of all, to print the hello world, you can print like print hello world. Okay, now let's click on shift plus enter. Okay, now what I have to do, okay, let me split this both screens so that you will understand it clearly how it is working. Now starting with the basic syntax. Okay, so first of all, I will take one function. I will define one function, let's say student, then parameter. So as a student, if I take a student, then it should be like a name, so name, and I will take one additional parameter as age. Colon is very important because in Python indentation play an important role. Okay, then now what I have to do, so I'll be giving, since I gave a name and age, so now I will give as name is equal to, let's say, Muhammad Aryan. Okay, age 26. Okay, now I have to print. So if I will print as name comma age, so let's see that I'm getting any print or if I am getting an error. Okay, so I didn't receive any error, and so now what I have to do, I will return some value. So if I say, I will remove this one. Okay, and I am just doing as print name and age. Now I need to give some parameter, give some value to the name and age. So what I will do, as a student name Muhammad Aryan, and age 26. Okay, if I click on print, still running on. Okay, so now you can see that my name and age are printed. Okay, so this is how the code are working. So it's like we can give multiple parameters. So this is basically an example of multiple parameter. Okay, now if I take a single parameter, So define sum, or I will take a name, simple grid. Okay, now I will print as, so hello comma and name. Now what I will do, I will just pass some parameter, pass some value. So I will do like greet, then name. Okay, and let's print this value, hello Arya. Okay, now we'll do one thing, we'll calculate the area. So calculate the area, define rectangle area. Okay, now I will take two variable, I mean value, length, width, colon, that is very important because of indentation. Then area is equal to length into width, then print area is square units. Okay, now I will do same thing, rectangle area, and I will pass some parameter like 5, 10. Let's check if it is working or not. Now you can see area is 50 square unit. Okay, I will give one more, rectangle 10, 3. Now you can see that area is 30 square unit. So 10 into 330, 5 and 10, 50. Now let's talk about the parameter and argument. So what I explained. So basically you can see notes. Okay, in this parameter, if I talk about the parameter, so the length comma width is basically a parameter. Okay, and second is argument. Okay, in which 5, 10 is basically the argument. As you see that this 5, is argument. If we are passing some argument in this, we are passing some parameters. Okay, so basically parameter, variable in function definition, it's a function name. Okay, we defining something using the parameter, and then we are passing some value in a form of argument. Okay, so now let's talk about the order matters. Okay, so in this okay, so define, introduce. Okay, now same thing, name, age. If you want, you can take as a student also. I will change the name as a student. Okay, you can take anything depend on you. Okay, then print f name is age year old. Okay, everything inside the double inverted comma is gonna print. And then what we do, same thing, argument, as I told you about the argument, passing some argument value. So student Aryan 6, student so okay. So I can provide a multiple argument. Let's say Aryan T1. Now let's do print. Okay. So you can see Aryan is this, also with this, Mariam with this. Okay. Now as you can see that key takeaways, so there are like some different key takeaway. First is parameter, as I told you, this is the parameter. Argument, we are assigning some value in a form of argument and multiple parameter. So you can see that I have assigned a multiple parameter like name and age, order matter, argument which match parameter by position. Okay. So basically I will, for this what I will do, I will change the, like I will give first age and this, and let's see if I'm getting any print on it. Okay, so you can see so now you can see order matter. It's very important that order matters a lot. So see, I have changed the age as 20, so I have just reversed, like name instead of age and age instead of name. Okay, so in this you can see 20 and Mariam. So 20 is Mariam year old, so doesn't matter, doesn't make any sense. So same thing, like order matters a lot. So you need to give those value in the same format. You have to give the argument in proper format. Okay. Now let's talk about, now next is flexibility. Same function, different input. So what I did, same function is student, I gave different input, that is argument, different name with different value. So this is like we have a flexibility to print multiple argument with same function. Okay. Now let's talk about the return statement. That is very important, return statement. Okay. Function can send value back using return. Okay. So you can see, like you can use multiple if case conditions also, that will be covering later on. Okay. So I will take one example for the returning a number. Okay, define add a comma b. Okay, so same thing what I told, add is function, a and b is the parameter. We can give a multiple parameter. I told about the multiple parameter, that is a comma b. If I give as a, then it's a single parameter. Okay, now I'm returning a plus b. Okay, so instead of giving a print here, I'm just giving as return a plus b. It's like sending a value back using return statement. Now here the result is equal to, I'm giving now argument add. So what I did previously, I used like add, I give a argument and directly I just go on enter, I just go for run. But now what I am doing right now, as if like I click on, I create one argument, one variable. Okay, as a result, in result I am just putting those argument inside the result, and then will print a result. Okay, previously we are doing like this, Now I just put everything inside the result variable. So add 5 comma 3. Okay, print now result. Now let's print this value. So shift plus enter. Now you can see that I got a result as 8. Okay, so this is how we are returning the value. So if you want, I can do for the same thing but for the another multiplication. Okay, for multiplying a number. Okay, same thing, defining multiple, then a comma b, return a multiplication of b, result multiple 5 comma 3, and then print the result. Okay, now let's see if I am getting any result or not. So 5 comma 3 is a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 3. How we are getting as a multiplication of b, that is 5 into 3, that is equal to 15. So this is how we get for the multiplication. So like I will give one task that you need to print division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, multiple arithmetic operation you can do. This is like a task or homework, you can do it on your own. Try to run the code and check if it is working or not. You can use a multiple define also, that I will be telling you later on, but first of all you can try to understand how things are working, how we are returning the number. Okay, now let's go for returning a string. If I want returning the string, define make greeting. Okay, I took as single parameter. This is we call a single name, single parameter. Okay, now I'm using a return f hello and name. Now what I will do, I will take one variable as message and I will put make greeting name I give as Aryan and then print the message. Now we'll try to print this code, it is working or not. So now you can see hello Aryan. Okay, it's working. So this is how things are working. Now if I ask Gemini about this thing, so I will tell you about this returning value, about the f what it is, so that you can know. Tell me about. Okay, so using the Google Drive you can use a Gemini function. So if you are getting stuck in any of the code, if you are getting any error, Gemini will help you and he will explain you about the error, then he will fix those errors. At the end you need to understand how the things are working. Okay, now you can see that f string is powerful, which is embedded expression inside the string literals in Python. Okay, f is the opening quotation. So we are giving a quotation, like if I want to print like my hello, my name is this and this. So for printing those long statement, we need to put inside the double inverted comma, single inverted comma, then only we are able to print those value. Okay, curly braces is like Python converting to the string inside a curly within a f string, evaluating as a Python expression and then convert into the string. Okay. Okay, so like if I want to print my name, then in curly braces we need to pass those parameter I told. Define a single parameter or multiple parameters we are using, then we need to define like name. So I have to define it here. So what input I am giving, on the basis of that only I'll be getting a result. Okay, now returning the boolean. How we can return the boolean? Define if is adult. Okay, age. So on the basis of that I will be getting a result in a form of boolean. Boolean can be of either true or false. Okay, so return if age is greater than equal to 18. Okay, if is adult. If is adult means if the condition met with the parameter, with the argument what I will be passing. For example, if I gave as 19 or 18, if that condition matches, okay, then what I will be getting. So right now if adult 20, if I gave a 20, or if it greater than that, okay, greater than or equal to 18, then can vote. If in this, otherwise else can't vote. We can give else, or automatically we can give as can't vote. Okay, so what I did, I already passed the parameter here. Okay, 20. So let's see if it is working or not. Can vote. Okay, now what I will do, so here like I have provided like this, we don't need else condition. Okay, it's like I will tell you like if where else condition is needed. Okay, so same thing, what I will do, I just put it inside is equal to and greater than equal to 80. Okay, I gave one condition, then else. Okay, now I will pass one argument is adult 15. Let's see, true. Okay, so I got a result in the form of boolean, that is true or false. Now if I say if 16, then it is false, means condition doesn't met with the condition with the value what I provided. So age is greater than equal to 0. Say I go into the condition that if it is greater than equal to 0 and equal to 18, sorry, then can vote, otherwise can't vote. And here I am getting the result in a form of boolean. Okay, I'm just giving a example of how things are getting. Okay, how we are getting the boolean result. Now if I return versus print, okay, print return none, display. Okay, so let's check how if we use return or if we use print, what values we are getting. Okay, so define add print a comma b, print a plus b, result add print 5 comma 3. Okay, and then print result. Let's see, what we are getting is 8 and none, since we gave print a plus b and then print result. So say if we use a print statement, then we are getting as none condition with none, because none we are getting because of this, since we are assigning those function into the result, and it always print result in as a none. Okay, so if I ask Gemini to explain this, okay, so what he will explain. Okay, so now you can see that print AB. Okay, add print function does not explicitly return any value, is not returning any value because we didn't give any return statement. Because of that only we are getting a none result. Okay, it doesn't return anything implicitly return. Okay, so we didn't provide. Same thing, I will do one thing, copy, paste. Now what I will do here, I will say return statement. I will give return statement and then we will print. Now you can see the magic. Now I'm not getting any result as none. Why? Because I use a return statement. As if I am using a return statement, then I won't be getting any result, any error. Okay, why? Because as you know, function does not explicitly return any value. And print result, finally this line print a value which is stored a result variable which is explained above is none. Okay, you can try by yourself and check what result you are getting. Now we can also perform a multiple return statement. Okay, so define check num single and right now I'm giving a single parameter. Okay, remember single parameter what I told you. Okay, if now here like I'm providing a multiple return statement. Okay, if num is greater than 0, then it will return positive. If num is less than 0, return negative. Okay, and if both condition doesn't met, then it will go with the else condition, that is return 0. Okay, now let's give some argument value. Okay, let's give some value. So how we will do, as I told you previously, how we will print, then print check num 5. Now you can see condition met is positive. Okay, I am getting a result because 5 is greater than 0, positive. So it won't go to else condition, if condition or else condition, because condition gets satisfied here itself. If condition is not satisfying if condition, then only it will go to else if condition, and if condition still doesn't satisfy in the else if condition, then it will go to else condition. Okay, so same thing, I will give one more example, check sum -3. Now what I am getting, negative, because if condition doesn't met, it will go to the elif condition, -3 is less than 0, that is true, so it will return negative. So this is how. Okay, now let's try for one more else condition. I want as it should both condition if and elif condition both get filled. So I give 0. Now it's give us 0 condition. Why? Because both condition doesn't meet, it will go directly to the else condition. This is how things are getting work, and we are using this I use multiple return statement. Now key takeaway, return statement. I told you about how return statement are working, sending the value back to the caller. Once things are get like return positive, it will go print check and then again return. It will go again to the return. So it's like sending back value back to the caller. Exit function, stop execution immediately. Sometime what happened, like we gave some wrong argument, wrong values, so because of that functions are getting called several times, multiple times, infinity. So that time we have to give some stop condition, or stop execution immediately. So there, for that also we have multiple conditions also. Break statement we have. Then store the result, assigning to variable. Use in expression, can use directly in calculation. Expression I told you about in calculation, this one. Okay, return versus print. As I told you about return and print, if we use print, it will give a none, assigning the value inside the return and the result, and then printing the result. It will also print a none state result. But if you use the return statement, it will give its value. It send a value back to the caller immediately. Okay. So this is all the whole process work. Okay. Now one more thing. So basically, if I want to use the input statement, okay. For example, if I want to use the input, if I don't want to print a name, but I don't want to put the name is equal to my name, and then I will give you example, like how we are printing, like name is equal to then print name, you got the result as but I don't want like this. I want that my system will ask me a question, input your name, and if I input any name, that time only name will print in my when I run this code. Okay, for example, name is equal to input, provide your name to get print, then print my name is. And now see, you can see that if I don't use F statement, then it won't work. So what I have to do, F, now it will print. Okay, so first of all, what he will do, he will ask me to provide a name to get print. So provide your name to get print. Now here I will give name as Mohammed Aryan. I got the name as, my name is Mohammed Aryan. Okay, same thing if I want to print an integer. Basically you should like one more thing as a note, this value always return the string statement. So if I want to print an integer, so age import, let's see if it is working or not. Enter the name, enter the age, print my age is, okay, let's print. If I give us 26, I got a print. Basically it's printing, giving me a result in a form of string. But I will do one thing in this, I will put one integer as in a form of int. So let's check if it is working or not. 26. Now you can see that if it's working already previously also, and now it also is working, but previously it was printing in a form of string, and right now it's printing in a form of integer. Okay, so you can directly print like this. So this is how things get to work. Okay, and now you can also use multiple like coding application like Visual Studio, Google Colab. Google Colab is like it like we have to later on we have to use multiple modules. It will put a load on your system, local system. For that you can use the Google Colab. It's like it doesn't affect on your local systems. Okay, so you can use this one and try to practice more and more on this. And next session, like I'll be telling about another like programming part, how to print multiple things. So next I will be telling about another session. Okay, thank you.